Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. If this is your first time visiting the channel, then welcome. I hope you will enjoy this video. So this is my weigh-in day today. It is Thursday the 13th of July 2023, and I am aware that I maybe haven't posted as much over the last wee while, but I have been incredibly busy at work, so much so I can't even explain it. My husband as well has been working from home after he's been at work all day, and we both have done a bit of that, so it has been really tough over the last couple of weeks. We've had lots of deadlines to meet, and we've also had sort of planning for going on our holiday, which is taking place next week in the midst of normal, whatever normal life actually is. So I haven't done anything differently to what I would normally do. And obviously if you have watched previous videos, you'll know what some of my favourite snacks are, some of the meals that we've made, some of the sort of breakfast and sort of lunch ideas as well. But what I will say is that today is, it is an anniversary of my father's death. He died 7 years ago, and this weekend on Sunday will be my mum's anniversary after she died as well. And that was 18 years ago that happened. So this week for me is not an easy week. It's certainly not an easy day today. But what I can share with you guys is that a little bit of good news from today can come around, apart from talking to yourselves of course, is that I managed to get my 1.5 stone award. Now I am so happy with that. I mean, I think, I'll just show you a bit closer. It's got little sort of sparkles and stuff on it. So I'm really pleased that I've been able to get it. I wanted to lose a stone for going on holiday, and I've lost 1.5 stone. I wanted to get into the sort of the number below, and I did that. I'm actually in the number below that as well, and so that really does make me feel really positive about what's to come. And obviously I have got a holiday coming up, but I was reassured by a consultant this evening that there is a podcast available on Slim World's sort of app, if you have access to that, with regards to going on holiday and enjoying yourself without worrying too much about your weight, because you're there to enjoy your holiday, aren't you, at the end of the day. Now, what I will say to you guys is the last video I posted last week was with regards to me missing some of my certificates, and to be honest, that's gone a little bit further now. So I sort of sat on it. I contacted another consultant, which she was able to get back to me really quickly. It sounded really fun, really positive, and a good energy and vibe, and I sort of picked up on that almost straight away. And so I went to a different group this evening after work. Now the group that I normally go to, as I've said in the previous video, is about a sort of 5-10 minute drive past my house, and getting there between 5 and 5:30, when I do not always finish at 5, I often am there much later than that. It's quite a stress in itself, but also getting there and making sure that I'm there on time can be quite a challenge at times. And obviously I have a very stressful job at times, as it is a very responsible job, and adding that little bit of extra stress onto the end of my day is something that I don't really want. So as I said, I went to a different group tonight. I contacted the consultant last week, and she had said it was absolutely fine to come along to the group today, which I did do. It honestly was a totally different experience. It felt really chatty. Everyone seemed to talk to one another. The consultant knew that I was new as soon as I walked in, and I just said, "Hi, my name's Denise, I contacted you last week," and she knew exactly who I was, exactly why I was coming to her group, and she really did make me feel like I mattered. And I think that is so important, because me and you and everyone else who has their own lives matters, and what matters to you is what is important in life. That is the be all and the end all. And I think, you know, if you're not happy with your weight, it matters for you to feel that you have the correct support. It matters to feel confident and comfortable with which group you're going to, and it matters for your morale to remain high at all times as much as possible with the support from your consultant. Unfortunately, my previous group that I probably won't go back to hasn't made me feel that way specifically. It's been very much transactional. So in, queue, pay or, say that you're here basically, if you've attended class, you don't get billed for not attending, and then you go and get weighed. And as I said to you guys last week, I didn't feel comfortable. So obviously, as I said, there's a little bit more to it than that, and I did join, well, I've not joined a new group, but I went to the new group tonight. I'm going to go to the new group again next week, and then I'm on holiday for a week. So then when I come back, my plan is to join this new group that I've visited this evening for the first time, and that will be my group that I go to. But because I am still missing 3 of my certificates, I've had a couple of issues, I suppose, that I'm not happy about with regards to the consultant who was running the class that I was going to before. I did contact head office. Head office got back to me and they were really, really supportive, and I am waiting on a further response from that. So I think they were quite saddened and disappointed that I wasn't completely happy with the experience that I'd had so far. And I know I discussed in the previous video that I did about a week ago about how I haven't had regular texts. I know some of you guys had said that you get a really good level of support from your consultant, you get regular messages, updates, motivational sort of texts, or whatever it is that needs to make you feel like you've got it, you have got it. But you need someone sometimes to give you that wee bit of a push, or you need someone in the background to always be telling you that you are doing a great job. And for some people that may not be required, for others it really does make the big difference. So from my perspective, I feel a lot more comfortable and a lot more confident about going to this new group. I don't envisage that I will have any issues, and I felt the consultant was very approachable and chatty, welcomed me along, made me feel really, really comfortable and welcome, which for me was what I definitely needed today. So all I can say is a big thank you to that consultant for making me feel much more positive, and a big thank you to you guys at home as well for supporting me all of this way to this point. It certainly has been a big transitional sort of phase from being incredibly unhappy with how I look, how I felt, being really painful at times, my hips and my knees, my ankles, and that's not something that can continue to go on forever. There will be a point where that becomes an issue with me being able to mobilise on a day-to-day basis, or not being able to feel as well within myself, and potentially having sort of side effects from that extra weight too, which thankfully I've not got any at the moment for. But what I'll do for anyone who hasn't joined to watch these videos before is I'll just show you what I've been able to achieve so far. So if I can stop these from sticking together. So we've got our half a stone award, which I managed to get in my first week. I then got my stone award not too long after that, to be honest. And then tonight, obviously, as I said, I got the 1.5 stone award. So the 2 stone award is definitely within my sights. It's something that I want to achieve ideally by the middle of August. Now, of course, as I said, I'm going on holiday next week, but I'm going to try to be sensible. I think, if you're an all or nothing type of person like I am, I can't let the cat out of the bag type thing. I need to hold some control. So making sure that I don't let it all go and then struggle to get back onto it is something really, really important to me, and something that I will continually keep being mindful of whilst I'm away. Now that will work for me. We're not going to an all-inclusive. It's not like I can go and get salads and all these other things from the buffet type section. But I will be prioritising protein as much as possible, and I will have a little bit of what I want if I want to, and if I don't, I won't. And I think that's a really good sort of mantra to live by, is like you shouldn't feel peer pressured to have drinks or eat things that you don't want to eat. We're all adults, we can make decisions about what we want or what we don't want, and unfortunately for people like myself, and for anyone who's struggled with their weight, whether it's been that you've been underweight or overweight, or you've struggled to maintain your weight over a long period of time, then you need to do what works for you. And unfortunately we're the only ones that feed ourselves unless we need assistance, and there are people who will need assistance with the eating, but we're the ones that do it to ourselves. We either don't eat enough, we eat too much, or we struggle to maintain a sort of normal weight that we feel acceptable for ourselves and we feel comfortable with. and that is part of life, unfortunately. And it would be great if it was easy to keep weight off, and it would be great if it was easy not to put weight on, but it often is the absolute opposite, and I find it very, very easy to put weight on, unfortunately. So that's why I'm trying to prioritise the protein, so that I don't have big spikes in my blood sugars from eating carbohydrates too much. And also, protein fills you up, it makes you feel fuller for longer. Carbohydrates don't, and that's kind of how it affects me anyway. Now, these are the stickers that I have. So I've got the half a stone, the 1.5 stone. I've also got the slimmer of the month, slimmer of the week, slimmer of the week. So I still don't have my 2 slimmer of the week and slimmer of the month certificates, unfortunately. So that is something that is currently pending, and I am hoping that Slimming World head office can sort out for me as soon as possible, because I would quite like to move on with all of that. Now, what I'll do is just quickly run through how much weight I've lost every week that I've been going so far. So as I said before, in the first week I lost 7 pounds, that's my half a stone award. I then lost 2, I then lost 2.5, I then lost 4.5, and I got my 1 stone award. So that was 4 weigh-ins, and I got my stone award. And then I lost 2 pounds, then I lost 2 pounds, and then today I have lost 1 pound. Now, to be honest, the only thing I would say that I've not done this week is eat enough. Now, I genuinely have had much less of an appetite due to stress and quite low mood, to be honest, and that's me being very, very honest with you guys. Now, that is a difference for me, because normally I would eat when I am stressed or feeling down, and I haven't done that. I've actually eaten less. So what I've been eating has clearly been making me feel satiated, making me feel fuller for longer, and I think that's a really good thing. I know still losing a pound is still excellent. It's a lot of weight. If you were to see it or hold it up, you would be really, really happy with that weight loss, and I certainly am. The fact that I've been able to manage to get my 1.5 stone award in 7 weigh-ins, I'm pretty pleased with that, to be honest. I don't think I could have really asked for much more than that, and it's more than I had planned that I would even lose before we went on holiday next week. So my plan for the next week is to try to just do what I've been doing over the last 7 weigh-ins and aim to lose 1 to 2 pounds. As I said, whilst I'm on holiday, I want to aim to prioritise protein and be mindful of what I'm having. But the consultant did say that, as I said, the podcast is available to listen to about how to go on holiday and how to give yourself some freedom, etc., in regards to your food choices. So I am going to give that a little bit of a listen, and if I can at some point, I'll probably share it with you guys on how I felt it was, if it was useful, if it's something that you guys might want to consider yourself if you're a member of Slimming World. And over the coming days, I will aim to do another video with regards to us doing a bit of a trial or test run with making shakshuka in our air fryer. So we will be taking our air fryer on holiday with us. We've seen a few recipes online that we like the look of, but we haven't made shakshuka in the air fryer before. And so if it turns out, and if we do it this weekend, then you can be sure that we will aim to video it for you guys at home. So I'm hopeful that will be useful and a wee bit interesting for you guys if you haven't seen it or heard of it before. And again, it has protein and lots of speed food in there. So yes, it sounds good, doesn't it? So as always, thank you so much for watching. I don't have much more to say today, but I'm aiming for the next week to be a more happy and a more positive one in my head with regards to how I've been feeling, and my workload will come to a much nicer end prior to me going on to holidays. So as always, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support. Thank you for listening and taking the time to watch this video today, and for all of your lovely comments and encouragement. It really does mean the world to me, and I can't express that enough. So thank you so much, and I shall catch you on the next one. Thank you. Bye.